Hey everyone, it's Jeff from New York and we're visiting the Las Vegas Strip. We're visiting the southern section of the Strip. This is part one of a four-part series. I'm breaking the Strip up into the southern part, which is this video, South Central Strip, North Central Strip, and the northern end of the Strip. In this video, the southern Strip, we're going to visit Mandalay Bay, the Delano, the Luxor, Excalibur, Tropicana, and the Oyo, which is brand new. It's taking over from Hooters, which is no longer there. Just the restaurants there. The hotel and casino is gone, and it's now called the Oyo. We'll also walk by some attractions along the way, such as this Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign, which is perhaps one of the most famous signs in the world, and people stop by every day just to have their picture taken. And there's usually a line here. I'm here very early. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, so the line's not that bad. McCarran Airport, which services Las Vegas, is right across the street from here. I guess the airplanes gave that away. It would be kind of odd if that was a Walmart parking lot. The sign is located on the median of the Strip in between the north and southbound lanes, and until recently a traffic light was put up for the pedestrians. Prior to that, they used to take their lives into their hands. Traffic on this southern end of the Strip, it moves very quickly as opposed to as you go further up the Strip, where it pretty much comes down to a crawl. And here we have, I guess you can call the back end of the sign, depending upon which way you're going. But obviously you're leaving the Strip at this point. So it says, drive carefully, come back soon. That beautifully manicured lawn is actually AstroTurf, welcome to the desert, and welcome to Las Vegas, where nothing's really real. However, those palm trees are real. There are some world-class golf courses in this city, all with beautiful lawns, real ones. However, they require very heavy irrigation. Up ahead on the left is the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino. It's the first casino we're going to visit on our trip heading north. Just to give you an idea how far it is away from the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign, it's about, I'm going to say, a mile, which I'm going to walk. Obviously, I'm not going to tape all the way to Mandalay Bay. I'm going to stop filming. But it also gives you an indication how close this airport is to the Strip. It really takes no time once you land to get to your hotel. This is Mitzi, the Rubber Ducky Showgirl, who shows up on all my Vegas videos. As most of you know, there are hidden mascots, or some of you call them Easter eggs, in my videos. Mitzi shows up in all the Vegas ones. Sometimes she's easy to spot, other times she's quite elusive, so keep your eyes open while watching the video. If you spot her, note the time in the comments below, and if you're the first one, you'll get a shout out on an upcoming video. As we head towards the Mandalay Bay and the Delano, which is actually one complex, we're going to pass the Mandalay Bay Convention Center, which is right here on the left. It's a beautiful morning here in Las Vegas, and the Mandalay Bay and Delano are looking very nice today, especially with all their lush vegetation, palm trees, and the fountains as well. Most of these hotels along the Strip are set up like a oasis in the middle of nowhere. Many of the hotel casinos along the Strip are pushed far back from the actual Strip. Some of them aren't, but most of them are, and the Mandalay Bay and Delano are pushed far back. You have to walk through this fountain, which is really beautiful during the day. But just be aware, at night it's a little creepy if you're by yourself, and especially right now because they're replacing the lights, and it's pretty dimly lit. But again, during the daytime and in the evening when it's properly lit, it's really a beauty to behold, especially at night, because the fountains and all these structures are lit up beautifully, as well as all the palm trees and lush greenery. As you can see, the light fixtures in these walls, like I said, have been removed. I guess they're going to eventually be replaced, but it does add to the creepiness at night. So especially if you're by yourself, I would suggest you just wait at the front until another couple or a group of people come along and you just walk with them if you're by yourself. And I'm sure the Mandalay Bay will replace these as soon as possible. They might have been replaced already. If you're a subscriber to the channel, and I'm sure you are, you know that I'm a big fan of sea turtles and otters. And the Mandalay Bay has a place called Shark Reef, which is actually a beautiful aquarium complex, and we're going to visit that in another video, so make sure you stay tuned. So during this 4-part series, I'm basically going to walk through the hotels and casinos as well as the attractions and restaurants, just to give you a quick look at what the hotels look like. If you want an in-depth tour, that's already been done for you on previous videos, and I will post a link for each hotel that we go into up above, just like the one that's going to pop up right here for the Mandalay Bay, and you can get a more detailed tour of the hotel and casino at that point. This is just a summary of what the southern part of the strip looks like, as well as the other 3 parts of this series. Here we have the House of Blues, one of my favorite restaurant franchises, and the joint really does get some A-list bands playing here. There's always some solid entertainment going on, and the food is fantastic here, so I suggest you visit it if you can. And that goes for any House of Blues, regardless of the city. It's, like I said, one of my favorite restaurant franchises, and they're not paying me to say that. I wish they were, but they're not. A quick story about these escalators, these very escalators. I once saw a group of drunk men, about 4 or 5 of them, go up this escalator, and the one up front kind of collapsed, but the ones behind him prevented him from falling down the escalator. So it was no big deal until they got to the top, when they all kind of like in slow motion just piled on top of each other. And no one got up. It was just hysterical. Obviously, no one got hurt, or it wouldn't have been funny. But one guy did lose his pants because they got caught in the escalator, and he had to go home in his boxers. And as we make our way to the Luxor Hotel Casino, which is our next stop, we're going to walk through the shops at Mandalay Place, which is a mall in between the 2 hotels. As you probably noticed in all my Vegas videos, there is no shortage of shopping in this town, eating in this town, entertainment in this town, just basically things to do. There's always something. And here we are arriving at the Luxor. All these hotels are pretty much attached to each other, and you can get to them through walkways without actually going outside, which is nice in the summer when it's, 120 degrees outside, and I am not exaggerating. And there is actually a tram that connects the Mandalay Bay, the Luxor, and the Excalibur, which are 3 hotel casinos next to each other. And if you're in a rush or you don't feel like doing that much walking, the tram will take you to all 3. It's free, it's air conditioned, and I do have a video coming up on that particular tram itself. The Luxor is that black pyramid on the Vegas Strip, and is very impressive from the outside, but as you can see, it is even more impressive from the inside. Because of the building's configuration, they can't use conventional elevators. They do use elevators, but they go up at an angle. Of course, the floor is flat, but the elevators are carried up at an angle so that it can take passengers up to every floor. The hotel is very well themed. It's obviously got an Egyptian theme with the Sphinx and the shape of the pyramid building. And sometimes you forget that you're in the middle of Las Vegas, in the middle of the Nevada desert here. Until, of course, you get to the Luxor Casino and you're very quickly reminded that you are in Las Vegas. As we visit these hotel casinos, I'm going to show you guys the registration area just so you know what they look like. Whatever happened to hotel lobbies? You don't see lobbies anymore where you can sit down and relax and write out postcards. Speaking of which, whatever happened to? Right now it's just like a registration desk, and this is everywhere. It's just a registration desk and boom, you're in the building. The Luxor has a couple of exhibits and shows going on. They've been around for a while, and they'll probably be around a little bit longer, including the Titanic exhibit and the Bodies exhibit, and a comedian called Carrot Top. Remember him? He's been here for quite a while, and I think he's going to be here for quite a while longer. He has a very successful show that people like to buy tickets for. As with all casinos, slot machines take up most of the real estate on the casino floor here at the Luxor, and there's a reason for that. They have the worst odds as far as gambling is concerned, and they make the most money for the casino. But you know what? You always hear about that one person who won the progressive jackpot for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it just drives you to the machines and makes you put your money in. And as we leave the Luxor, we're going to hop on this walkway and head towards the Excalibur, so you'll see the theme change along the way. And don't forget to check that link on the top to get more details about the Luxor, including restaurants and entertainment and a more thorough tour of the hotel. Did I mention if you want to visit Las Vegas, you're going to be doing a lot of walking if you want to do some exploring. It's also one of the most handicap-friendly cities I've been in a long time. This walkway is actually above a parking lot in between the Luxor and the Excalibur. We should be getting there shortly. The Excalibur is the most budget-friendly MGM property on the Strip. It used to be Circus, but they recently sold that to the owner of Treasure Island, or now known as the TI. So if you're on a strict budget and you want to stay in an MGM property, the Excalibur is the way to go. And we have finally arrived to the Excalibur. It really wasn't that bad with those motorized walkways. Not only is the Excalibur budget friendly, but it's very family friendly as well. As you can see by the food court, and they have a huge arcade downstairs. Make sure you check that out. There's also a couple of food vendors downstairs in the arcade as well. The arcade is, I swear, almost as large as the casino itself. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but there's really a lot for everyone to do in this hotel. If you want to see that arcade or anything else the Excalibur has to offer, don't forget to click on that link above. For the ladies out there, or perhaps the men, whatever, the Excalibur is the home of the Thunder Down Under, the world-famous male revue. And here we're heading into the hotel's main entrance on the Strip, and as you can see, the theme is carried out throughout the entire hotel, the medieval theme. The hotel is also home to the Tournament of Kings, which is one of those medieval dinner shows. The hotel promotes it as a live-action production that takes place in a 900-seat theater in the round and immerses the audience in a tale of valor and treachery. And like I said, this is really a nice family-friendly hotel casino located in the southern end of the Strip, but within walking distance to all the action. So bring the kids here. They have plenty to do. The adults have plenty to do. And I think you really enjoy it. And as I mentioned before, downstairs is the huge arcade, which you can see here for the young or the young at heart. And this is just a quick pan shot of the hotels we just visited, the three of them, all MGM properties, the Mandalay Bay, the Luxor in the middle, and the Excalibur on the end here. And now we're going to go over this overpass because, well, crossing the street in Las Vegas is almost impossible. So there's all these overpasses, and actually it adds to the safety of walking around the city a lot. We're going to visit New York, which is another MGM property, or as I call it, New York. And while I'm thinking about it, a shout out to Wise Malik, who discovered yet another mascot, Mitzi the Rubber Ducky Showgirl, who shows up in my Vegas videos. He discovered her in my latest video. It was just published a day or two ago, the Burger Challenge on the Strip. Congratulations again, once again, Wise Malik. There's nothing wrong with the monitor straight ahead, it's just some craziness from my camera. Let me tell you something, guys, right now. The theming to this New York hotel casino is spot on. I mean, I really feel like I'm right now in maybe Lower Manhattan, Tribeca, or perhaps Battery Park City. And when I go inside, I feel like I'm in the village. And when you go towards the tower elevators, there's the Chrysler Building Tower, there's the Empire State Building Tower. They really did a top-notch job, and I really feel at home here. On the left is the Hershey store, which we're passing, and we're going to visit the M&M store as well as the Coca-Cola store in upcoming videos, so stay tuned. And again, kudos to the designers of this hotel and casino. It wouldn't be New York City without a Brooklyn Bridge or a Statue of Liberty, both planted firmly right on the Strip. All of these features for this hotel and casino are beautifully lit at night, including the Brooklyn Bridge here and the Statue of Liberty, as well as the buildings in the background. You can check out a video that I did on New York, a detailed visit, walking tour, just by clicking on the link above. Statue of Liberty torches as door handles. No detail here is overlooked. There are several entrances to this hotel casino along the Strip. This one leads, obviously, right into the casino. New York is another MGM property that's kind of like the middle-of-the-road property for them. It's a little bit more expensive than the Luxor and Excalibur, but a lot cheaper than the Mandalay Bay, all which are in this area. And I believe it's about the same price as the MGM Grand, which is right across the street. And here we are coming upon Coyote Ugly, named after a film in the year 2000. It's kind of like MGM's answer to Gillies at the Treasure Island. A country and western theme with some scantily clad cowgirls. It just wouldn't be a New York Las Vegas Strip video without the gratuitous casino shot, and here we are doing it from the mezzanine level. Just check out the Art Deco details in this building. I feel like I'm either in Grand Central Station or the lobby of the Empire State Building. Again, they did a really good job. And here we have the registration area of the New York Hotel Casino with the New York City skyline mural above it. I'm going to try to show you all the hotel registration areas in this series, just to show you A, what they look like, and B, how crowded they are, and C, how long the lines are. Some of these places handle the crowds quickly, and others don't, as you'll see. We're heading into the area with lots of bars and especially restaurants. This area always reminds me of the Village and a little bit of Little Italy. On the right, we're coming up to the Times Square Bar, which is a popular bar in this resort. Just check out the facades on these buildings as we're walking through. The details are incredible, including fire escapes and air conditioners hanging out the windows and window treatments and everything from blinds to curtains to bare windows, and you never know what you're going to see when you look through the windows. The details are just incredible. And we're going to come upon a promotional area for the Cirque du Soleil show Zumanity. We're going to come up to it very shortly. And there's some photo opportunities here as well. And it's promoted as the Cirque du Soleil exotic or adult only show. It is here in the New York. I did see it. I did take some video, and that will be coming up on an upcoming video. By the way, those tickets were courtesy of MGM, so I thank you guys. They always treat me well. These are the elevators to the Chrysler Tower of the New York Hotel and Casino. As you can see, there's no security here, which pretty much is a deal breaker for me. It really doesn't matter how great the deal is as far as pricing when I pick my hotel and casino here. If you can't pay someone a couple bucks to stand by the elevator and ask to see a room key, that's a deal breaker for me. That said, I guess it's a while before MGM gives me free tickets to anything. But I'm really serious about that. I will not stay at a hotel that doesn't have a security person asking to see a hotel key as you enter the elevators. Anyone from the street can just walk into these and go up to the hotel rooms in the middle of the night. And now we're going to cross over to the other side of the strip to visit the Tropicana and the Oyo. We're going to pass on the MGM today. That'll be in our next video, which covers the South Central Strip. The Tropicana Hotel and Casino is very nice. As a matter of fact, it's so nice they named a street after it. It's located on the intersection of the Strip and Tropicana Avenue. It kind of reminds me of those places like restaurants where regulars go and they don't like talking about it because they want the place to themselves. They don't want crowds starting to come in. But I will tell you here that it's a nice hotel. It's clean. It's got great security, some really good entertainment, and it's reasonably priced. The intersection I mentioned, the Strip and Tropicana Avenue, also have the MGM Grand, the New York, and the Excalibur. So you're in pretty good company on this intersection. And right behind this hotel and casino is the Oyo. This is the new Robert Irvine's restaurant. It's called Public House. It's his only restaurant on the Strip currently. It's brand new. I haven't been there. I haven't heard much about it, but it looks pretty nice. Robert Irvine being yet another Food Network celebrity chef with his presence on the Strip here. The casino has a completely different atmosphere than most casinos on the Strip. It's very light and airy, and like I said, it's spotless. There's lots of shopping here, as well as places to eat, including fine dining and a food court, which we're going to visit in a few moments. The crowd is a little older than the rest of the Strip, but it's pretty well mixed regardless. This is Chillum. It's located in the middle of the casino. It offers regular cocktails as well as frozen drinks. This is the food court I was talking about. Lots of choices here. Everything from burgers and pizzas to sub sandwich and Italian and Chinese. And as with the rest of the place, it's very clean and very well lit. And now I'm going to grab a coffee at this Starbucks and head to the Oyo, which is located right behind the Tropicana. The Oyo is a newcomer on this strip, and I'm saying it's on the strip, but it's really a little bit removed. It's behind the Tropicana, which is on the strip, but it's very much within walking distance. It's only, I'd say, several hundred yards from the strip. This used to be Hooters. It was just recently acquired, so nothing much changed. The chips changed because that is a requirement, but other than that, it still looks like Hooters, but I'm sure they're going to be making changes in the near future. Quite honestly, this is my first time in here. I've never stepped foot into it when it was either the new Oyo or Hooters. So I don't know what's new right now and what's not new. We just passed a Steak and Shake, which looked pretty new, but again, it could have been here for a while. They do have several restaurants and some entertainment as well. And here we have the Hooters restaurant, which obviously was here while the hotel was called Hooters. Hooters is obviously nationwide known for its wings and its waitresses. Word has it they may be moving to another hotel complex on the strip. No word on where they're going yet. And there you have it, the Oyo. Not much to see here right now. I'm sure I'll come back in the near future to see, once the changes have all been finalized, what the place is going to look like. And that's it for the South Strip, so check out my next video, which is going to cover the South Central Strip. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, ask some questions, and most importantly, subscribe by clicking on the button on the left. You can visit all of my New York videos by clicking on the top right, or check out my videos on other favorite places to visit by clicking on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.